My name is Alyssa and I'm the School Programming Coordinator here at Historic Huguenot Street. Welcome back to our Monday morning craft series. Last week, we learned how to make traditional corn husk dolls together using Historical Folk Toys Corn Husk Doll Kit. This week, we'll be learning how to make woven paper baskets. Basket weaving is one of the oldest crafts in the world. It even predates some forms of pottery and woven cloth. As you might remember from last week's video, many Native American groups that grew corn would use the dried husks to weave baskets and other items with. Other natural materials, such as tree bark, grass, vines, straw, or any other flexible materials that are easy to work with, are common for basket weaving. Woven baskets are very beautiful when they're completed, but they're also functional. They're great for storage at home or an extra set of hands on the go. Historically, many Native Americans and other groups that wove baskets would use the larger ones for food storage and smaller baskets to collect food and other important resources while foraging. Today, we're going to learn how to make a small basket. Let's get started. To make your paper basket, you're going to need at least 2 pieces of paper that are different colors. Those 2 pieces of paper will need to be cut into 8 strips each to weave your basket with. You'll need an additional 2 strips of paper to make the handle of the basket. These can be the same color as the colors you'll weave with or a different color. I'm going to use a different color just so that I don't get confused. I'm going to set these to the side. As you can see, you're also going to need scissors to cut your 2 pieces of paper into these long strips. Again, cut the paper long ways, not short ways, so that you have a lot of paper to work with. This is going to make making your basket much easier. You'll need a stapler, glue, or tape to join your basket together once we're done weaving. And that's it. You can use 2 of the same color pieces of paper to weave with, but I think you'll find that it might get confusing, so I recommend using 2 different colors. The first thing that you're going to do is lay one of your colors of paper, all 8 of those strips, out horizontally. So we're going to take our first strip of pink paper, our other color, and start weaving it. And really, to weave something means to go over and under. So we're just going to follow a pattern with each of these strips of paper where we're going to go over and under. Okay, so let's start by putting the pink over this blue strip. Now we're going to put the pink under this blue one, leave it over this one, under this one, leave it over this one, under again, over, and for the last one, under. Okay, so we've got our first row done there. Now, to begin the second row, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So with this one, we started with the pink over. We're going to start with the pink under now. So again, that pink goes under the blue. Now for the second one, it's opposite. The pink is over the blue. And as you start getting more deep into weaving your basket, you'll notice that you're probably going to have to fold your pieces of paper back, like I'm doing here, in order to get them to weave together more easily. And as you get more pieces in here, it'll be easier to hold them all together. They won't be moving around as much. Okay, so we're going to go over again. And the blue is under for this last one. And again, just like I mentioned before starting the second row, every time you're going to alternate. So again, we're going to start with pink over now. So as you can tell, the paper isn't moving around as much now that I have 6 out of the 8 rows woven together. And this is because the weaving is doing its job. It's holding the 2 separate colors of paper together so that it'll make a nice sturdy basket. Let's go ahead and finish these last 2 rows and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now all 16 of our pieces of paper are woven together. Before we go ahead and actually turn it into a basket, you want to go ahead and try to make your pieces of paper as even together. So see how my pieces of paper are all sticking out at different lengths on each side? You're going to try and get those as even as you can. This will help to make your basket even. Okay, and as you can see, as I just did here, when you are evening out your pieces of paper, you want to try and move them closer together where you've woven them if you haven't already, because this will help your basket to be sturdier and not have any gaps when you join it. So I'd say this is pretty even. Now I'll show you how to join it all together. So you're going to start by taking the ends of the first side of your basket and layering them on top of each other. And don't worry if they start to come out of the weave, that's okay. You'll be able to join them back together soon. You might have to reweave them. You're going to take your tape, stapler, glue, I do recommend a stapler for this, and all those pieces of the basket that you've just joined together, attach them. Really quickly go ahead, turn your basket around. Like I said, you might have to reweave some pieces. Alright, so now that I've rewoven my couple of pieces that came out of the initial weave, just like I did before, I'm going to join them all together. So I basically just took them and stacked them all on top of each other, kind of forming a triangle with the basket, with the pieces of the basket. And again, I'm going to attach those all together to make sure they're all stacked on top of one another so that you can get them in one tape, one glue, or one staple. And now you're just going to do that with your remaining pieces. So I'm going to do that with my blue pieces. As you can see, now that I've got my pink ones attached, it's much easier to do the blue ones. So again, joining those together in a triangle, making sure they're all on top of each other. And one last time. Alright, so now you have your basket that's nicely woven together. You can see the pattern on the bottom there. And you've got these nice parts on the sides that are coming up. That's where your handles are going to go. So again, you only need 2 more strips of paper for this. You can use the colors that you used for your basket. Again, I'm using a darker blue because I think it looks nice with my pink and blue here. And I use this color so that I wouldn't get confused and accidentally weave these into my basket. So just like we did when we were joining the sides together, you're just going to attach this to that triangular portion that you joined before. And if you want, your basket can just have one handle like this, look like a nice classic picnic basket. I'm going to go ahead and put one more handle on, so that mine has a nice crisscrossing handle. And that's my basket. Thank you for tuning in and crafting with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you had fun making your very own basket. Tune in again next Monday at 10 a.m. for another craft demonstration. I'll see you guys then.